We done started this mess again. Let's hope it works out a little better than it did yesterday. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great hump day. What day is it? It's hump day. Well, no, I'm right on time. There we go. Yosef, hello, how you doing? Hope you're doing well today on this hump day. Ain't got nobody else wanting to talk? 7 watching. 4 thumbs up. There we go. Y'all keep hitting them. Thank you. Let's see. Fine. Thanks. Man, I got one more day to work, so I'll be glad to get off. But it was a beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful, so I can't complain. And I don't think anybody really cares if I do, so we won't complain. We'll just enjoy this daylight and keep everything positive. Starting off kind of slow this afternoon. Need to put something up. I just thought about that. Let's see. How can I do that? Let's see. Rhonda, good evening, R2, and all in chat. Well, hello, Rhonda. Well. Oh, well. Guess I could walk out the truck and get some tape, but we'll see how it goes. Rhonda, how's your hump day going today? Well, I had some tape. Our flyers come in today, and I was going to put one up on the wall. But anyway, I'll get it up on the wall. Let's see. Well, Kitty says hi. Hello, Kitty. Lotus said hello. Kitty said hey. Lotus says hi, Kitty, and hi, Randy. Well, how you doing, Lotus? Boggy said, hey, Pops, how you doing, Boggy? How's that Charger RT coming? See, bored as hell. Well, I understand. I need to come up here and see that old Charger. See how far you got. Kitty said, hey, Lotus. Jane. Hello, Jane says hi all. Let's see, I got it wired finally. Now we're waiting on the last few parts to arrive. Man, I need to come see that thing for you before you paint it. See how good of a job you done. Let's see, Jane says, hi, Cat. See, Kitty says, hey, Jane. Jane says, hi, Buggy. Oh, wait, that nice. She called you Buggy. See, Lotus said, I saw pics. Looks like he is doing it right. Yeah, the pics I saw looks good, too. Kitty says, hey, Buggy. Jane says, hi, Rhonda. Buggy says, hey, Kitty. Jane says, hi, Lotus. And Rhonda said, hi, Jane, with a rose. Lotus says, hello, Jane. We got 15 people in here and only 8 likes. Really? Oh, come on now. Hit that touch my lucky thingy, please. Boggy says, hey, old lady, Mama Jane. Hey. Rhonda laughing. Damn, I got my pen. That's my work pen there. Let's see. Let's see, Lotus said, hit the like thing, like when Volvo's tires start spinning. Lotus says, just kidding, I know you do. You like to play with it. You like to pull it back, take it back. But you like to play the hokey pokey. I get my right thumb in, and I take my right thumb out, and I shake it all about. All right, that's enough singing for today. Maria says, don't you dare make that noise with the pen. Lotus said, that's what it's all about. That's right. Lotus says, hi, Maria. Maria said, what's the blue box in the back? Soldier of God says, hey, just want to remind you God loves you, and God loves you too. Boggy said, made my first video today. Hey, well, check it out. Maria says, hi, Lotus. That's our flyers for our trunk or treat. Let's see. Lotus said, it's donuts, Maria. Boy, I started to give me a box of donuts yesterday. I really wanted to. Kitty said, hey, Maria. Daryl says, hey, hello, Daryl. Lotus said, tasty donuts. Yeah. Maria says, nice. Kitty said, Mac Reaper said, meow. How you doing, Reaper? Oh, yeah, you changed your picture back to your judge. I like it. Thank you. Lotus says, hey, Daryl, and meow. And Kitty said, meow. Let's see, Reaper says, I'm doing good. That's good. Keep your head up, positive thinking every day. Let's see, Lotus says, OG Reaper, Ver 1.0. Daryl says, hi, all. Maria said, how's Justin? Well, I talked to him a little bit this morning, but I guess he don't feel good enough to show up here yet. He's, I guess that weather getting him down, but the bad part about it is he really doesn't like to take medicine. So, I mean, it's good in a sense, but when that mess jumps on you, you got to get rid of it. Buggy says, it sucks, but I thought I'd jump on that bandwagon with y'all. Hey, believe me, you want to see some funny stuff, you go back to Randy and I's first videos. The first one we done with the truck, we wouldn't even talk. So he it's got to start bad, so you can only go up from then. So yeah, don't worry about that. It will. Your first ones always do bad, and then it moves up. You get used to it. Reaper says, "I'm Bald Man 2.0. Oh, you already shaved it." Maria said, "He's a spoiled kid." Ask Randy that question. He'll tell you. Let's just say, with my age, Justin gets away with a little bit more than the rest of my kids did. Let's see. Lotus said, "Send TMU back for a refund. Get a real Randy that plays with trees." Yeah. I'm hoping I can get them both to come here, but I don't know. Maria said, "Every legend has a bad start." That's right. LOL. Little Randy would agree on that. Yeah. Look at there. There you go. 11 and 11. Thank y'all. Well, like I said, this has gone a lot farther than I thought. Not that I dreamed, but I thought it would. Maria says, "How was your day?" It was kind of long, but with tomorrow being my 11th straight day working, I'm ready for tomorrow to be over. I don't want to wish my life away because there's no telling what tomorrow holds. But I'm ready to park that truck and not worry about work for a couple of days. Even though it seems like I got my weekend planned, but it's not. It's not at the railroad. Daryl says, "How was everyone's day?" Lowe's says, "Is Randy creeping?" I don't know. He don't tell me. I don't know if he's in these things until he speaks up. I do not know. Maria says, "LOL, we asked the same questions at the same time." Yeah. Daryl says, "I bet." Reaper says, "My day was long. I went to work today." You was able to go to work? That's awesome. But I need to figure out a way to get Randy out, get him going somewhere, so maybe his mental health will be a little better, because it's got to be driving him crazy. I know it would me. Have to drop the Hummer off tomorrow. What, to put the new shoes on? Reaper says, Annabelle drove though. Well, that's good. It's good that she's helping you out, Reaper. That when you're down like that, people show their true colors. Lotus said, "Need to pick his ass up after work." Believe me, I told him I'm just about this close to taking the truck, going up there and telling him to get his ass in the truck. We're going somewhere. Don't know where, but we're going somewhere. Maria said, "One question. Ask away, Maria. Let's see how deep this one gets." Daryl said, "Shoes, a nose job, and fluid service." There you go. Let's see. Maria says, "What was the color of your hair before you started shaving it?" Probably a dirty blonde. When I would get in the summertime, it was more of a the more I was in the sun, the blonder it would get. So it was kind of a dirty blonde color. Let's see, just do you, let's see, just do it his father don't give him a choice. Yeah, that's it. Just do it. Get your ass in the truck. Shut up. Maria said, "It's not deep." Oh, well, no, it wasn't. I figured you were going. Reaper said, "Annabelle's blonde." I'm not talking about blonde now. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Daryl said, "Mine was red when I was a kid. It turned brown, then gray. Now gone." Maria says, "You were a blonde man." Can't imagine. Oh, man, here we go. Let's see. Daryl said, "What do you think of that, Pops?" Let's see. Let me check it out. Ooh, I like that a lot. There's one of those Is that a Mac? There's one of those beside the railroad up here. And if y'all know me, I watch stuff on the railroad. That's how I just got this equipment trailer. That's how I got my boat. There's one of those on the side of the railroad. I get everything straight, get to talk to the man. I may buy it too. Let's see. Lotus, tell him don't make me beat you like a stepchild. Yeah. Buggy said, yep. Like I said, I'd like to have one. And, the thing going now is take those big trucks, put them on a different chassis, lower them down. I'd like to. It's worth it, Pop. I'm telling you, if I can ever get this going here the way I want it, we're going to have some fun here. If we can quit seeing the light at the tunnel and then getting the not light shut out. Rich says, howdy, y'all. JJH, please quit doing that, please. I'd be real nice if we didn't have to block you, because I don't like the way it goes with my screen here. I like trying to read everybody's text, so please don't do that. Daryl said, I'd like to get a square nose Mac slammed. Yes, that would be bad. Well, I tried to tell you, you wouldn't listen. Yeah, there you go, Lotus. Let's see. Renegade says, I'm watching your live stream from Saturn. They just built a McDonald's there. Awesome. How does the nuggets taste up there? Maria said, well, I don't have so many blonde people I know in my life, so it's strange to me. Everyone I know here in real life has black hair. When we see someone who has natural blonde hair, we freak out. Oh, it's something out of sci-fi coming. Get out of here. Reaper says, visions tonight? Yeah, Daryl says, especially what you're spelling out, jerk. I know, right? Maria says, I had once a friend at school who had natural red hair. Boggy said, turbo stutter. Renegade said, they will keep your stomach spinning. I bet so. Ignore, that's right. That's what I'm going to do. I just let her go. Let it go. Let's see, Boggy says, do it again, Pops. What? Maria says, LOL, not like that. We're just curious about it. Oh. Welcome to the big booty community. All right. Carlos says, what's up, y'all? Pops said, whoop. The turbo stutter. I don't know how to do no turbo stutter. Let's see. Gangster says, hello, brother. Hello, Gangster. Lotus said, what's up, Carlo? Gangster says, I'm from, I'll take your word for it. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry. Welcome, though. Boggy says, you just did like a minute ago. Man, I don't even remember what I done a minute ago. Rich says, let it go. Lotus says, do you know Bull Rat? Lotus said, Carlo, Boggy says, you was whistling. I don't remember whistling. I don't know. Sorry. Daryl says, it didn't take anything to get them tires smoking in the crew cab. Oh, was that what that was? The crew cab did it? Oh, man. Gangster said, Big Land, Kazakhstan. Big Land, okay. Oh, we're going to have it all spelled out here in a minute. Carlos said, I liked. Boggy says, all right, I'll let it go. Well, I can't even think of what I said or done. Maria said, it's easy to pronounce. Try. Yeah, I bet. For you it is. Let's see. Gangster says, and warriors lived Kazan. Cousin. Daryl said, that's right. Boggy says, old gangster. Here we are. Jane, I knew Jane was going to do it. Jane says, Kazakhstan. So did Lotus. Kazakhstan. Anyway, Boggy said, much love to you, homie. Yeah, that's the way I feel. Carlos says, and commented on your Russell Crawley video. Lotus says, you like that? Gangster said, he doing it too. Gangsta land. Man, I think a bug flew up my nose. Where did that comment come from? Why is that not showing up on here? Well, right now, hold on just a second, everybody. For some reason, my chat is froze. Everything's froze, looks like. This thing's messing up again, everybody. I don't know what. Give me just a second. Let's see. Dennis said, good evening, everyone. Maria said, yes, you did it. The gangster said, Gangsterland, Boxland, Kazakhstan. Boggy said, vroom, vroom. Maria said, you and your son has the strongest notification sound. I know, right? Daryl says, my live went black today. You know, mine did that yesterday twice. And now my chat over here is messed up. I noticed that I was getting chat on my phone, but I wasn't over here. It froze again. So you think that little stuttered... John Welburn. Hello, John. He says, hello, folks. Maria says, hello, John. And Daryl says, I couldn't tell what was being shown. Well, right now, my chat's just all messed up. I don't know what's going on. It's liable to go out again like it did yesterday. Let's see. Lotus says, LOL, you haven't heard mine. Boggy said, Maria, you don't want to hear mine. Gangster says, my Republic love boxing. Lotus says, wobba dabba dooba. Daryl said, John. Rhonda says, I was wondering what was going on, LOL. Jacob, hey, I got a question. Do you have a talent? I'm sure I do. James says, I suddenly lost the tube on my device at 6 p.m. Maria says, one other question. Ask away, Maria. Carlos says, the Bubble Up Tribe Lotus. I don't know why it's doing this. I may go off and see, in what age you decide to live away from your parents? I moved out when I was 19. Jane said, you and Adam are both live right now. Oh, really? Tell you what, I'm going to close this down and restart it. Something's not right. Watch, it won't come back up and I won't be able to read the... I'll try to catch up in just a second, everybody. Sorry. Let's see, John, let's see, Boggy said, my phone alert is shotgun and pig squealing in a notification are hilarious, but they can't say what it is. I'd like to hear it. Southern Square Bodied, hello, Southern. Welcome back. Jane says, I moved out and bought my own house at 19. It was a few years before I bought my house, but I moved out. I graduated, moved out, and bought my brand new vehicle all in the same month. First new one I bought. I shouldn't have done that, but hey, well, you learn. Daryl said, Boggy, shh. Maria said, nice, Jane. Boggy, wall. Lotus said, my alarm is chickens and music. That's what Maria's is. Hers is chickens. Cluck, 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 cluck. Maria's got that chicken farm going on. Daryl said, I was married with two kids with a 2-year-old kid at 17. Lotus said, my ringtone is Pinky in the Brain theme. Nah, there ain't no way, Lotus. Maria said, chickens? Hell no. Lotus said, gee, Brain, what we gonna do today? We're gonna take over the world. Same thing we do every day, Pinky. We're going to take over the world. Maria says, LOL, can we forget about the chickens now? Oh, no. Pinky in the brain. Let's see, Maria, what are you drinking? Pepsi. I just got me a cup of ice with Pepsi in it. Jane says, hi, Carlo. Carlos says, hello, Jane. Jane says, Pinky in the Brain? I never heard of it. No way. There's no way you've never heard of Pinky in the Brain, Jane. That's an old cartoon there. Lotus said, really, Jane? Boggy says, he meant dirty water, Maria, not Pepsi. There you go. Jane, do a search on your phone on Pinky in the Brain. Hey, a funny cartoon. Lotus said sad. Daryl says, I've heard of it, but never seen it. It's funny. It's kind of stupid in a sense, but it is funny. They always going to take over the world. They always got some plan. Reminds you kind of like of Roadrunner, always after something and never get it. Riz says, the only thing that you are very talented at doing is making me lose my mind in the shortest period of time. I don't know why. But it must be a heck of a talent if it works. Buggy said, same, Jane, I truly have never heard of it. Maria says, don't be negative, Randy. Don't start to draw. I haven't. Lotus said, should look it up. It's funny. That's what I said. Maria, you need to get over it, said Jane. About what? Dale said, I figured it was like a Family Guy, brain cell killer. No, it's just two, one. I think one of them's a rat, isn't it? A mouse or something. I can't remember what the other one is. But they always come up with this scheme and plan on taking over the world. It's always a failure, though. Let's see. Lotus said it's a late 80s, early 90s cartoon, clean humor. Yeah, it is clean humor. I thought it was older than that, but I guess that's about right. I guess that's about right. That two lab rats. Okay. Let's see, Maria. My alarm are all music. Buggy says, oh yeah, I did see that. Jane, oh, okay. I was working full time with 4 kids, so no. Well, you would think if you had kids, you would be watching. They'd be watching cartoons. I don't have time to think. I didn't have time to think," said Jane. Like he said, "My ringtone is Jurassic Park." Cool. To hear a lot of these people in here say it, I used to have a dinosaur as a pet. Carlos said, "What's up, Buggy?" Maria says, "I think you'll be like this one. Prepare yourself for a deep question." Uh-oh. Harold said, "Mine is whatever the ring has." Buggy says, "Yo, Carlo, the regular ringtone that I had when I had my old phone to wake up to, I needed. I like my ringtones loud when I say ringtone, my alarm. So I found one I really like, telling me to get out of bed and get the day started. It's got a few choice words with it, but I like it." See, Lotus says, "I thought you were the dinosaur." Yeah. Dale says, "Oh, and the new phone will be here Friday finally." Awesome. Maria says, Is it hard for you to understand the younger generation nowadays? On what they're doing or why they're doing what they're doing, yes. But I also look at it as I can only imagine what the old people thought when we were young. You know, I guarantee you, they thought the same thing when I was young. Jane says, "My ringtone is always off. Pisses my kids off." Lotus says, "I trend to get alarms I hate, so I can't resist turning it off." It says, "You know, it's not healthy for your brain to put a very loud ringtone. It's not healthy for." No, I didn't know it wasn't healthy, but I know it's not good on your ears, but it ain't that loud. It just wakes me up. It's not healthy for me not to get up and go to work either. I won't have a job, which could be a good thing. Mike says, "Hello, everyone." Hello, Mike. Jane says, "Hi, Mike." And Lotus says, "Hello, Lone." Let's see. If my alarm is allowed to go off, I go across the room and set it off before the first time is done. I do too. I do not let my phone. I never use snooze. I can't stand it. Usually mine don't even get through the whole thing. When it goes off, I turn it off and I get up. My feet hit the ground. I do not do that. Mike says, "Hi, Lotus and Jane." Jane says, "Maria, I totally understand the kids nowadays. I relate well to my grandkids." Let's see. Boggy says, "I'll let mine play till Libby yells at me." Maria says, "Now I understand why Justin spent time more in his girlfriend's house. He ran away because of your ringtone." No. Where my bedroom is to versus where his bedroom is, you can't hear my ringtone. We're on the other end of the house. I added on to our house, and our house is like, I don't know, over 100 foot. So you got to go out of the main part of the house through what used to be the double carport. I closed it in and made a game room, and then I added a 24 by 36 garage with upstairs living quarters. So he cannot hear us in our bedroom whatsoever. The ringtones, we can turn music wide open, he wouldn't be able to hear it. Let's see. I wake up an hour before the alarm every day and still forget to turn it off. Oh, Lord. Jane says, "LOL, I'm sure you do, Buggy." Daryl, "I used to sleep through anything, but now I don't sleep, which fixes that problem." Yeah. Not me now. I tell you, my alarm goes off, I get up. I do like a unique ringtone, you know, but they quit having what I used to have. And didn't transfer from my old phone to my new one. And I don't like this new phone. This is the only time I've got a new phone that I didn't like the new one better than the old one. I would have just soon have my old one back. Boggy says, oh wait, she is my alarm clock on the weekends. Larry said, Daryl's a robot. Yeah. Sandbox 5000, Daryl laughed. Maria says, you know what? Let me hear your ringtone. Y'all won't like my ringtone. Boggy says, yeah, sleep don't come easy these days. My ringtone's got bad words in it. I don't even know if I can show you my ringtone. Let's see, not my ringtone, my alarm. Wait a minute, I know how to do it. I'll set an alarm to go off. Let's see, yeah, now that I'm old, every noise wakes me, but when I was young, I had the alarm hooked to the stereo. Yeah, James says, I bet you out of the house again, Daryl. Today, Daryl, I ran out and got my granddaughter, had to come back to my house, and you were just pulling out the driveway. Okay, Google, set an alarm for 2 minutes from now.
I have set an alarm for 2 minutes from now. It will go off at 6:42 p.m.
There, it'll go off in 2 minutes. Let's see. Oh, I better turn it up, hadn't I?
I have set an alarm for 2 minutes from now.
Ooh, that ain't gonna work. Let's see. Yeah. I was waiting on a shipment, Maria. My parents put a loud ringtone. But they don't wake up even if the phone is next to them. Their sleep is heavy. I woke up because of the noise entered their room and closed all the alarms one time. They couldn't go to work because what I did. Oh Lord. I literally had neighbors beating on my door to wake me up because the alarm was so loud. Closed all the alarms one time. They couldn't go to work. Well, I'm way off, ain't I? Now let's see if it goes off. Here it says, but I don't regret it. It's probably not going to do right since I've got it on the live. Maria, one of my sons was awful. He just didn't get up. I had to drag him out of bed. Now, my kids didn't like to get up. You don't want to wake Randy up now. Randy does not like to be woke up at all. And Stephen the same way, though.
Good morning, you stunning stack of sunshine. Rise and fucking shine. This is your daily reminder how much of a fucking badass you really are. And don't you forget how worthy you are, too. Now get...
All the alarms one time, they couldn't go to work. Well, I'm way off. Jesus, oh my God. Couldn't go to work. Well, I'm way off. Let's see, I don't mind that. Buddy said, I don't mind. Jay said, LOL. Oh my God. Maria says, oh my God, you're kidding me for sure. Oh wow, I didn't expect that. Buggy, I don't mind as much as I should when I woke up. I like it. Gives me motivation. Get up. Positive thinking. So Jane, you effing ray of sunshine. That's right. They said, well, that's not bad. You said it has bad words, except I've expected worse. So, well, it does have the F word in it. A lot of people don't like that. Very rarely does it get into the saying very long. Let's see. It's okay. I use it every day. Jane said, I'm surprised it didn't say you're a stud muffin and go out and show your stuff. Yeah. Well, they didn't offer that. Let's see. Boggy said, he's Snoop and Drew are fake anyways. It's easy he was the guy. Says I lecture my grandkids because Mimi says it doesn't mean you can say it. Yeah. Just because Mimi says it doesn't mean Mimi says that I can. Mimi's my role model. See, Maria says, I don't curse in my language because I feel bad. I use English because it's better when I don't feel that. I don't feel what I say. So you don't cuss in your language, but you do cuss in English. Huh. It's kind of weird, but okay. Carlos says, easy. There you go. Jane said, nope, they better not. Buggy says, I don't know what you're talking about. I teach my kid to say you can follow as fast as possible. There you go. Buggy said, preach it, Carlo. Lowe's said, easy. He had no talent. Wrote all his songs and taught him how to sing them. Let's see, Jane. My grandkids say, go faster, Mimi. I'm already doing 10 to 15 miles over the speed limit. You reminded me of that one where that guy says, ma'am, I pulled you over for 105. She said, yeah, the sign said 105. He said, that's the highway, not the speed limit. I slow down. I can't afford the tickets. I don't see no reason to paying those tickets. The lawyers get enough money. Let's see. Maria says, believe me, it's better to say son of instead of what is in my language. It's so bad, makes me feel like a bad person. But if it means the same thing, don't it? If it's the same saying, whether it's English or your or your language, isn't it the same thing? Doesn't it mean the same thing? If you're a son of an umbrella, Lotus said, boom. Let's see. Buggy says, one of the best diss tracks I ever heard. Jane says, and next mile marker, she's doing 106. There you go. Jane said beach. Maria said beach. I know what you meant. I was just playing. Lotus said, busy to be precise. Carlos said, what the business is, who wrote the witness is. You never slung no iron. Don't know what you mean there. Carlos says, Real Comp City GS was his best song, and he mad it himself. That's what I say, Jane. What, Carpentino? What did you mean? I'll step to you. Okay, step. You may walk over here, but you're gonna limp back. Come on, boy. Maria said, yes, it means the same thing, but when I say it in other languages, I don't actually feel what's coming out of my mouth. The other people who speak different language would understand me. I guess in a way I understand, but logically, it's the same thing. Jane said, oh man, show him that business, that's right, show him. Lotus said, I'm just giving you Pop Easy did write some stuff, but he had a lot of stuff written for him. Drew made him a celebrate. He just wanted to be a drug dealer. See, Daryl says, cop pulls an old lady over, says, ma'am, I pulled you over for doing 85 miles an hour in a 45 an hour zone. What do you have an excuse? Boggy says, buddy, ain't the Wild West, and he put a penny whistle in you hiding faster than the bail out of the hell. Okay. She says, yes, sir, I'm late to my funeral, and I wanted to get there early to imagine the park gonna be. Yeah, I saw that. That's cool, Daryl. Now I'm late for my funeral and the parking's rough. I wanted to get a good seat. Could you imagine trying to park your own hearse? See, Buggy said, that'd be true, Lotus. I'll throw cack in that eagle picture. You might, but I guarantee you'll take an ass whooping when you leave here. Maria said, you said yesterday you born in hospital, so it was a I think it was natural. I think my sister was a C-section, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think it was natural. I'm not 100% sure. Easy got thrown under the bus. Maria said, don't ask why I want to know, because I don't either. Okay. Corpetto, find another channel. Let's see. Let's go find this guy, Buggy. You halfway there yet? Let's see. Buggy says, yeah, give him like an hour and a half. Lotus, I'm driving. Quit texting, Jane. Thank you for being in here, but you concentrate on driving. Especially if you're speeding. Let's see, Lotus said, we don't ride in granny vans. Maria says, nice. Mine was a Jane laughed. Olivia said, Pops, hello, Olivia. Welcome. Jane said, Lotus, don't want me to drive. Olivia said, Poops. Lotus said, hey, Olivia. Jane said, hey, Liv. We got, Olivia said, hello, Lotus, or hey, Lotus. Hey, cacahead. How was therapy these days? Lotus asked, and Carlos says, hello, Olivia. Let's see. Olivia says, poops. Did you make it more than 8 steps today? Give me 2 steps to the door. Lotus said, we want to go faster than 20 miles an hour with our blinker on for 10 miles. Olivia said, it sucked. It made me mad. At this point, Olivia, I think everything makes you mad. Jane said, Lotus, I don't drive like that. Olivia said, no, I still went 8 steps. Well, did you feel better about it? Olivia said, no. Lotus said, snacks don't make her mad. They do when they're on the top shelf. Jane said, Liv, do you have therapy every day? Liv said, Black Betty doesn't make me mad. Only when you don't get to look at it. Lotus said, sure, Jane. Lotus said, true. See, Olivia said, still this Wednesday. Till this Wednesday. Olivia said, next. Oh, so you didn't have it. Well. Oh, I thought you had it today. I'm sorry. I thought you might would have got a couple more steps out of it if you had it yesterday. No, I have it till next Wednesday, and I did got today. Oh, okay. I did go today. Oh, all right. I got you. But you still just took 8 steps, or would y'all do something different? I know Randy, when he was doing his, they would do different things. I guess work different parts of the body. Jane says she did good today. Good. Awesome. She did go today. Not good. Damn. Jane laughed. Olivia said, yeah, 8 steps and stretches. Well, that's good. You wasn't as tired as you was yesterday, was you? Let's see. Lou said, but it hurt. this time because the feeling in my my leg is back. Oh, so the feelings are back, so it hurt. Oh, Jay said, so why are your legs acting up? Maria says, you whistle? Yeah, I whistle. Oh, oh, it's doing it again. Uh, yeah, like I said, when that tree fell on Randy, that's probably the only time when I whistled, my kids didn't hear me. We can be in the middle of the state fair. If I whistle, my kids know it's me. Lotus said, remember, if you get back on your feet, you get to drive the sweet Charger. If Boggy don't weld the door shut. I could see Boggy doing that so she couldn't get in it. Who says, do you to low pressure, blood pressure, my body is shutting down. Don't ask me the technical term. I don't pay attention enough to tell you, Jane. It says, nice. The whistle is the only thing I really want to learn, but I fail every time. When I learned to whistle when I was young, I just kept on and on and on until I about made myself pass out trying to figure out how to do it. Libby said, she should listen. But Lotus said, so if we annoy you and get your blood pressure going, you will get better. Maria says, how did you learn? I just kept blowing through my teeth and moving my tongue and my mouth and everything around until it finally started working. Now I can whistle in several different ways. You just keep on until it, until something goes through and does right. I can't whistle near as loud as I used to be able to when I was whistling at kids a lot, but now I don't have to get their attention that much now, so I don't whistle at them that much. I don't whistle that much. Jay said, when we were young and out playing, if Dad whistled, we better get our butts home. That's the way it usually is. Randy will tell you, I don't care what they're doing. If I whistled, they knew it, and they knew that they better get wherever I was, or they better answer me anyway. Libby said, I wish, but it's just muscle deterioration. I could say it in my mind. I couldn't get it through my mouth. We need you to teach us. I can't teach you, that's for sure. I don't know how to teach you to whistle. That's for dang sure. I finally found the whistle king. Libby said, okay, how to whistle. There you go. I know. Maria said, I'll make your tutorial. Well, you put your mouth together and you go, shh. Get you a piece of grass, hold it real tight and just blow on it. Or put it in between your two thumbs and blow in it like that and it'll whistle. Yeah, it is. That's easy for me now, but it wasn't when I was younger. I had to learn the hard way. We need details. I don't know how to tell you to do it. I just do it. I'll try tomorrow. Yeah, like I said, Maria, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know how to tell you what I do when I do it. Depends on how I hold my mouth and my tongue, depends on what type of whistle that I do. like a lot of people will hold their mouth. I can't hold my mouth and whistle. I mean, let's see, James. Oh my God, we used to do that all the time. Boy, the chat's slow today, which we only got 9 people in here. I guess that's our group of 9, because there ain't many more people. Let's see, yeah, 9 watching. Started the stream 61 minutes ago. Bill says, sorry, we had a catastrophic. Lowe's said, did Boggy disappear? So Jane, hold the blade of grass between your thumbs. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Take a blade of grass and put it on your thumb, and then hold your 2 thumbs together and blow into it. Which I can do a bottle. I don't know if I've got a bottle around here. I can buy a bottle cap the same way. Yeah, he's coming to get me. I don't know if I can do the Gatorade bottle cap or not. Same technique. You put your only just a bottle cap. You put your thumb like that. Make a little hole. Whoop, that didn't work. That didn't either. Now I ain't gonna be able to make it do it. Damn, I just did it. Y'all heard it. Well, I heard it. We did the blade of grass all the time. Yeah, if you can hold it like that, or you can hold it this way, and you blow it, it tickles your lips. Pops, can you do me a favor? If I can, Olivia, I'll be glad to. Olivia jumped on the counter and dumped stuff in the floor. Jane said, oh, dang. Ollie, I said Olivia, jumped on the counter and dumped stuff in the floor. That's not good, Daryl. I was trying to say, how'd Olivia do that? What kind of favor you need, Olivia? Let's see, Olivia, stop jumping on Daryl. That's what I was saying. Train's coming. That's what it sounds like. Yeah. Start Black Betty for me, please. I'll see if it'll start. So I had to see if I can. I don't even know if I gotta see where the jump box is. Here's jump box. I'll see if it'll start. It is getting dark though. Let's see. Gonna make me get behind on my chat, Olivia. Let me turn this thing around. You don't need to be looking at me. See if I can set you right there and see if it'll fire up. That batter box might be dead. It might not work. Battery box, jump box may be too dead. Sorry, Olivia, the jump box is dead. Guess I better go plug it up. Sorry. Guess I need to plug this thing up. Let's see what everybody had to say. Let's see. Please, can't walk, but she can jump on Daryl's counters. That's right. Lotus said, there's a 12-foot ghost outside of my window. Jane said, what, Lotus? Lotus said, I'm for real, a 12-foot ghost. Olivia said, it's a raft. Lotus just dropped some salt down. Lotus said, a 12-foot ghost Halloween decoration. Olivia says, then let's wake up Fireball. I'll try. See, that reminds me, I need to charge my jump box. Yeah, I guess I need to charge mine. Carlos said, quick, call me. Lotus is having a... Maria says, okay, what's going on? Lotus, Maria wanted to hear Black Betty fire up. Lotus said, never, Maria said, I only disappeared for 5 minutes. Look what happened. Lotus says, I saw a ghost, Maria. What? Said Maria. It was 12 foot tall, Lotus says, and blinking lights. Olivia said, no, Carlo, that's cause me. Get fireballed in. Let me catch up and I'll walk the fireballs right out here. Fit a fire. I think the key's right here. I think. Okay, Olivia Maria says, stop saying these things. You now, it's over the middle of the night where I live. I don't want to hear about ghosts. Fire up Randall's. Well, I'm about sure it is a fire up. It's a Halloween decoration. Maria, why did you mix up me and Maria all the time? I don't know. I mean, y'all's names are totally different. I have no, if I do, I don't mean to. Maria said, is this yellow thing bug spray? Yes, it is. Lotus said, is it Maria? It is Maria. Mike says, hi, Olivia and Carlo. Maria says, I don't know why either, Olivia. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Did I just see? Yeah, I got the. Now this one may not fire because I had the jump box last time on it, but I don't know if it'll fire or not. I can't do nothing though, it's got a flat tire. I do have to change that before the 31st. Oh shit, what is that? These cars are not easy to get in at 56 years old. Not for sure if Randy's a fire. Well, I ain't even. Uh-oh. That's not good. Randy's normally does, but. Whew. Got the shop stinking now. Alright, let's see. Olivia says, hi Mike. Mary says, the place looks definitely scary at night. You don't have even put a Halloween decorations up. I know, right? Lotus says, don't sit in your car. Really laughed. Daryl, I think I'm done. Forcing cast, who wants to adopt free? No. Let's see, Lotus. Fireball sounds hurt. Down a cylinder. I don't know. It did when it idled out. When it straightened out, it sounded right. I don't know if maybe which we do need to put plugs and stuff in it, but I got to get out there and see what's wrong with it. I really do. Hugh says hello everyone. Hello Hugh. Maria says hello Hugh. Hugh, live and watching and working on my harness. Awesome. See, big boys. Carlos says, ha, lol. Those cars sound nuts. I can't wait to get back out on them and do some playing with them. Jake says, hi, Hugh. Carlos says, what's up, Hugh? You says, hello everyone. Daryl said, a real man's deodorant. That's right. When you smell the burning of the exhaust. Olivia says, yay. Maria says, he's doing a show for the ladies. I just about was going to do a little smoke show with Randy's there, but I better not do it in the building, especially this late. No, my luck, something happened, run out through and hit the other car, then I'd have to explain to Randy how I wrecked both of them. Daryl says, and tire smoke is a real man's cologne. That's right. Hugh says, got many laptops going and phones and tablets. Get them all going. That's right. Hugh says, my live and 3 other lives. Cool. You say that, let me jump over here and give you a like. And I'll jump back over here where I can read. There you go, Hugh. I got you playing in the background. And give you a thumbs up there. Let's see. Maria said, yes, do it when it's not dark outside. Daryl said, did you get your cameras up yet? No, I plan on getting them this weekend when I get, I'm going to get the Pepsi machine. If everything goes right, Justin's supposed to help me. And then I got to get a couple motor parts, and I plan on getting it all then, and then I got to call the company and have everything switched over here. And I also got to help Steven out Friday. He's getting his car worked on, so I got to help him, and I'm going to try to go pick up the equipment trailer I bought, one of the projects I just bought. So tomorrow gonna be or Friday gonna be a busy day. I should have took tomorrow off and done it all tomorrow is what I should have done. Livia said, where did the live go? Don't tell me it's gone. Rita says, how many jobs have you had in your life? Let's see. My first job was mowing yards. The second job was working at a trailer place and loading furniture. I helped my daddy at his trucking terminal. I worked at a grocery store. Worked for the milk plant. Worked for the junkyard. Grace. Fasteners, Thomas Bus. About 12. It's around 12 jobs since I started working when I was 14. Daryl said, it's still going on. Nice. James says, Maria, how are you talking paying jobs? Oh, I hope so, because there ain't no dang telling. Maria said, yes. So you had a lot of experience. Well, I've learned a lot. Let's just say that. I've always been able to do whatever needs to be done. Jane says, okay, because I have had a lot of jobs, but not many not paying. Yeah. Olivia said, something weird is going on with my phone. Oh. Now that's not even counting being a dad and raising kids and it says, why do you work in a job if they're not paying you to you? Well, I mean, I think what she's saying, like for instance, somebody needs your help, you just go do a job and help them. Stuff like that, Sometimes it's not all about the money. Sometimes it's about the experience. I mean, you go help somebody out, and do a job and you learn something on it. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to get money all the time, but people will revolve too much on money. James says, I volunteer a lot. Even as a nurse, I work and not getting paid. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but a lot of people volunteer at the fire department and nursing and stuff like that so that they can get experience or just to help out. And when you get older, you know, when you retire, you need somebody to talk to, I guess. So you have to go volunteer. I'm just playing, Jay. James said, and chef, cook, and bottle washer. That's right. Maria says, being a dad isn't a real job. Oh, no, you did not just say that. You did not just say that. Wrong, Maria. And being a parent is the most important job. I agree, Daryl, that 100%. That is probably the most important job you'll ever do, being a parent. For me, I don't care if it's not paying job, money equals time. And Maria said, yes, I said that. Well, community service don't count. That's kind of a gray area, Maria. Now, I agree that, you know, you're selling your minutes. I do, but still. LOL, you mean court-ordered community service? You're still young, Maria. Exactly. I know, Maria, you think you got the world figured out, and you know, you'll look back on these days when you're talking to us old folks, and you're telling us how wrong we are and all that. You'll look back and say, you know, that wasn't truly right. I hate that old man's dead, or I'd tell him I was sorry for saying that. Daryl said, you said it, Jane. Jane said, because I do community service when I volunteer at the health department. Mike said, not saying I was a good one, but being a parent is probably one of the hardest jobs any of us will ever do. Exactly. There is no training. There is no book to tell you how to do it. And just like my 3 kids, all 3 of my kids was raised different. And that pisses Randy off to no end. But I learned a lot with Randy. I was young when I had Randy. And Randy is the only one out of my kids that pretty much, if I know it, I have taught it to Randy. Stephen didn't care and everything. So about the things that I did, and Stephen wasn't an outside type person, so to speak. So I wasn't able to show Stephen. And then Justin come along, and the things that I did, Justin did, like splitting wood. Justin did split a little bit of wood. He has split some over the years with helping us, but not near like Randy did. Since Randy was able to swing, he's been splitting wood. So, I mean, you know, it's just, you don't have any idea what you're doing. And that kid looks to you for answers. Randy says, no, I don't think but let's see what happens. Yes. I promise you, Maria, you're still very young, and as smart as you are, as smart as you think you are, you will look back and say, as long as you remember these days, you'll look back and say, you know, I might have been wrong about saying some of the things I said. I promise you, you will. Jane said, I was mom and dad. Daryl said, okay, after that dog, would I have a dog up for adoption? Too dang never. Chris said, maybe I'll sit by your grave when I'm 60 and say, you're right, and maybe not. Talking to talking to you, Maria, you probably won't. You're probably going to be one of those females that don't think they ever have done anything wrong. So you probably won't. You don't like to apologize. You don't like to admit you were wrong. So you probably wouldn't waste your time saying that I was right for anything. Maria said, "Yeah, it pisses me off too as the elder's kid." And I promise you, if you have kids, you will see what I'm talking about. Unless you cheat and only have one, that don't count. I mean, you still raise the kid. Don't get me wrong, but if we got one kid in the house, something's broke, and you and your spouse didn't do it, you know who did it. But if you got two or more, it's always, oh no, I didn't do it. The ghost is breaking something, and one of those kids done it. I had some stuff broke, didn't find it for years. They had hid it in a drawer. Jane said, so I'm always telling my kids, when you get to be 65, you'll say, oh yeah, Mom told us this. Yes. No, I'm not like that. I'm not selfish. I apologize when I know I'm wrong. No, well, I guess that's like you're right. But in your mind, you're not. Sometimes you got to back up and look at the big picture. What you think is right might be right in your mind, but it might not be right in somebody else's. I looked at a picture one time. It was a meme, I guess you call it, and it's got two people standing facing each other, and it's got a number, the number 6. To the guy on the right, that's the number 6. To the guy on the left, that's the number 9. And they're arguing on what that number was. Sometimes you got to look back up and look and see exactly what you're looking at, because what you see might not be the total picture. Let's see, Maria says, LOL, I admit I broke stuff in the house and hid it. My kids did too. I don't remember which kid did it, but when we graduated, we used to get a cup and it had the year we graduated and everybody's name on it. And of course, mine got broken, hid in a drawer. I was doing some moving around of a bedroom one time, and there it was in a drawer. So anyway, hey, well, guess what? Oops. We're not saying who did it. I'll read it. Never done projects games. Said, my bad. Daryl said, R3. Totally wasn't me, see? Said, Jane, hey, R3, what the hell, you slacker? Justin did it. He skipped Steven. He went straight to Justin. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Sorry about that. Let's see. Justin did it, said, Randy, I've been here the whole time just being listening. But hey, Jane and Daryl, Jane says, where have you been? Your dad needed help with Maria, LOL. Boggy says, uh, my blood is pitch black. This is Jane said, Boggy, it's your tube. You sure you ain't on yesterday's live? Let's see. Randy says, Maria will learn as she gets older. We were all young at one point. Maria says, you're 100% right, and I understand it, but when I know I'm wrong and I owe someone an apology, I apologize then. Well, that depends. What if the other person thinks you owe them an apology for what you said or done to them? I think we just had this conversation the other day. And it was real hard for you to type it out. You just didn't want to. And I really don't think it was sincere. But that's beside the point. It's all in the past. Let it go, Randy. Let it go. Let's see. Jane said things are going wrong with some peeps in Grand Hughes Live. Oh, really? Let's see. Jane says, I can hear, but screen is black. It did it to me earlier. So just try to check other lives and they are all black, no sound. So 4 other lives going on all at the same time, but one going strong. Maria said, maybe sometimes I'm selfish and I prefer myself over the others because that's what I think is right to do. And like I said, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. By no means am I saying you're wrong. But there is, I think you need to make yourself happy. With that being said, you make yourself happy. Whatever you think, you live that life, you know, but there is other people in the world that's trying to do the same thing. Jane said, can you see chat, Daryl? Rhonda said, what the hell? Daryl says, I can, but I can't type. Jane said, I think YouTube is doing something. Well, everybody come in here. If you can see me, y'all come on. I ain't got 11 people in here, only 17 likes. Man, this is not going to be a good live for me at all tonight. Maria said, so who broke the A on the building R3 or Justin? Well, actually, didn't. I don't think he broke it. He just knocked it down. Randy, we were lifting stuff up and down the building, and Randy told Justin to be careful, and I think Justin hit it with a bucket and it fell. Jane said, Rhonda, you're having trouble with your tube? Maria says, I was just kidding that day. I was going to apologize, but I just wanted to see what you're going to say. Well, like I said, Maria, I guess we use it kind of like a teaching thing anyway, because, you know, you said you come in there to try to learn English and what we're, I guess, lifestyles, and you do ask a lot of good questions. But we also want you to understand we all got hearts and feelings, but you worry about, I guess, how can I say it? I don't know exactly how to tell you, but you got to make yourself happy. I guess what I'm trying to say, but we all are here trying to make ourselves happy too. And you don't have to say negative stuff to the other people. I guess what I'm trying to say, you don't have to down that person for their lifestyle or whatever. I mean, you know, you got to realize they're doing the best they can too. Daryl said, it's been acting weird all day. Maria says, how many Pepsis you drink a day? That depends. Today, I think I have, I think that's my 4th one today, I think. And 4 waters. So I'll probably be up using the bathroom all night, probably. Let's see. Beth says, Maria, I used to drink nothing but sodas. It tastes so good. Mike says, I think it's just been a bad day on YouTube all around. 2 hours and 5 minutes live. I only got 19 likes and a big fat goose egg on subscribes. Dang, we were doing good on getting subscriber moving, but like I said, tonight's live's not done. You know, we only had the one person that was acting stupid, I think. We've really not, well, yeah, had two. I think Randy deleted one, and I think Daryl hid one. But I don't know what's going on. It's like they're not pushing it or something. Best that I haven't had any since March, but still want it. Let's see. Mike said, yeah, they're probably pushing all the new AI crap. Yeah, because that is flooding the place out there. And I don't understand it too. It's fake stuff. You know, I don't know why they're doing that all of a sudden. YouTube is changing its analysis. Maria says, well, I don't do that a lot. I didn't say anything bad or mean about your lifestyles lately. I learned it's not my business to say things about what people do in their lives. It's your choice. Well, that's true. I mean, it's good that you, you know, I don't know if it's worried about it or if you're truly worried about it or you just want to tell people they're wrong or tell people they need to change their lifestyle. Cause I don't know which one it is. I don't know you other than this right here, but it's kind of like any other thing. When that person's ready to change or when that person's ready to give up drinking, alcohol or whatever, it'll be that person's choice. And that person may not give up drinking drinks, alcohol or drugs or whatever until it kills them. But until it's their chance, their time, it's them. Daryl says, I used to drink a case of Mountain Dew a day when and then went to Pepsi's. Now it's all Sprite, or when I go out to eat, it's root beer. Jane said, Rhonda says she can see chat but can't type in here. That's weird. Well, like I said, I had a problem yesterday with my live, kept going down, and then it kept doing stupid stuff tonight. Dennis said, Jane, or that's Richard. Which one is this? I do not like this A/B testing. I like for the names to show up like I know them. But Dennis said, Jane. Mike said, Dennis are always changing something. Dennis, metal art. Maria, I have no right to say anything bad about it, so I stopped. Leave the past in the past. And we're just talking too. Dennis said, Maria, wave, Justin, where are all the dang likes? We don't have very many. This is going to be a crappy live as far as numbers. We haven't had very many people in here at all. Just our normal. But then again, I think a lot of other people's having trouble too. Jane says, hi, Dennis, how are you? Maria said, yes, you're right. Whoa, no, you did not. I know you wasn't talking to me telling me I'm right. I'm just playing. Mike said, Dennis, how did you find out their channel, they're changing analysis? Jane says, hey, Justin, YouTube is screwing with the system. Dennis says, I'm okay. Been hard week at work. Lois, oh boy, they must be making harder for small channels to grow again. Dennis said, my YouTube been rebooting most of this evening. Jane said, my name is shows in other lives without the numbers behind my name. Did you change settings? No. Boggy told me when we signed up for the channel and everything, somehow or another we agreed to what's called A/B testing. And I did not know it is on one of our screens, A/B testing. And Boggy said that what it works, they picked 300 people that agreed to do it, and they changed stuff. They tried out with us. and I got picked. Out of 300 people, out of all the people on the internet, I got picked. So he said it's called A/B testing. I did not know it, but I do know when I go to upload a video, it's got in the description A/B testing. But it don't show me a box or nothing, but it just shows I'm part of it. Maria says, I told you all the time you're right. Stop it. I'm just playing, Maria. Don't get the old underwear in the wad. Daryl said 51 minutes tonight. Mike said, haha, you aren't special. Daryl said, Boggy just said it's not Ghostly's sister working either. Dennis said, I think it's more than that they have changed names. But it's like I said, I went in like Daryl's after this, Daryl's premiere, everybody's name's correct. It's not, well, let me see something. I click over, well, never mind. You must not be live anymore. But when you click on other people's lives, it's not like that. So I'm only showing 8 people in here. 9 watching is what it's saying over here. So I don't know. But anyway, the live's out there. I just, I don't have Jimmy the Cricket to come figure it out. Let's see. Rhonda said, oh my God, finally lights and chat. No more blinking crazy. Welcome back, Rhonda. We've been here waiting on you. Lotus said, I'm here. Well, like I said, I appreciate it. I just don't know what in the world is what's going on. But I'm here giving it my best shot, I can tell you that. James said, LOL, welcome back, Miranda. Maria says, well, to be honest, I didn't just learn English from you. You opened my eyes to a lot of different new things, and you teach me a lot of stuff how to deal with life. Oh, I know you didn't learn English from us. You just said you come in here to learn it better. I mean, and I even told you, you try to learn from a redneck, not good, especially one that can't read good. But I do appreciate you coming in, and I am, if you would have known me 10 years ago, I'm totally different than what I was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I'd have sat right here and argued with you until daylight. I would have just, we would have argued, fussed, and everything else. But now, I see all that stuff is stupid. It's stupid to argue about stuff. Rhonda said, I've got a headache now. Oh, sorry, Rhonda. I tell you what, Rhonda, take you a piece of ice and put it in between your thumb and your finger and pinch it. Do that while we're on the live here and tell me if it makes your headache go away. We got, 13 minutes. Pinch that piece of ice in between your thumb and there for about a minute or two and tell me if it makes your headache go away. I saw that the other day and I was telling Randy to do that, but I haven't talked to him while he had a headache yet. Rhonda said, thanks, Jane. Maria says, so I appreciate that. Thank you. And thank you, Maria. You don't know how much it means just having all you people into my lives and talking to me. I really look forward to coming in here talking to you guys every day. And it really makes me feel better. I tell people all the time when I'm talking about my YouTube, I've got people all over the world, and it's unreal to me. My face is in places I'll never see, and I think that is so wild. Rhonda said Hughes was messed up too. I don't know. Jay said, yeah, peeps, in Hughes' lives hanging issues I did a little bit ago. Lou said, but it's fun. Yes. Maria says, you argue? I used to. Now I'm telling you. But I wouldn't. Oh, man. Yes. Let's see. Maria said, yes. It's the wrong thing to do, just arguing. There's no point of that. There is none. And the older I get, the more I see. And see, that's what I try to teach Randy. Randy is still very argumentative too. He's seeing a little bit of it, but Randy will still argue with that wall right there if he thinks that wall's not right. And I'm trying to get him to understand the same thing. It's just not worth it. It's not worth getting your blood pressure up. It's not worth the things that is said in an argument, because everybody says shit in an argument, then they go back and say, I didn't mean it. No, you meant it. It was in your mind. You meant what you said when you was in an argument. You can't argue and say, oh, it's because I was mad. No, you thought about it just the same as a drunk person. When a drunk person says something, it's in their mind. Now, I mean, I've never been drunk, but I'm still. Lotus said, I still don't know what to do about this ghost. Go out there and cut it. Jane said, pew pew, Lotus. There you go. Daryl said, sleep in. I don't know what that means, Daryl. That's out of mind. Lotus said, I told the ghost about a girl in the Middle East named Maria. I think it's going to own her. No, oh, Lord. Randy says, no, I'm not. That wall was red. See? Yeah. Lotus said, hey, Randy. Hey, Lotus said, Randy. Lotus said, now. Barn life. How's barn life? Sorry. Randy said, Randy, why you appear only when he say your name? Are you a genie? Look good. Lotus good. Just bad mood. Mike, that's funny, Maria. Maria, I'm a stalker and I listen to the lives, just don't talk much. Maria says, you do it, Lotus. Don't do it, Lotus. Ooh, they're coming to see you, Maria. Whoa. Buggy says, my live went pitch black again. I don't know what's going on. I think Hughes did the same thing. Let's see. I have enough problems. I don't need more. Randy says, we will send Bobby to home, Maria. Daryl says, going to smoke before it starts. All right, Daryl, be safe. Lotus says, are the horses giving you shit? Lotus, they're making fun of me for being in a wheelchair. Lotus says, I won't send the ghost if you say you love the chickens. She'll probably deal with the damn ghost. No, I won't. Over my dead body, I won't say it. Maria the Chicken Lady. So Maria says, well, I love eating them. I said, okay, ghost inbound. Ghost is heading to Olivia's house. Olivia, see, damn it, Maria's house. Sorry, Olivia. James said, send it, Lotus. Anybody that hadn't hit the like, please do. We only got a couple more minutes to do so. That's right, Mike. Thank you. Lotus says, say you love the chickens. Be reasonable. Come on. Admit it. Maria, you only got a few minutes. It's going to be right there. It'll be knocking. You won't know what's going on. Rhonda says, oh my God. Well, my screen's black. I don't know if Santa goes after Pops. Can y'all see me? Maria says you deserve it. Really? Can you hear me? Let's see. So it's messed up for sound is messed up for me though. It's working again. I can see you and hear you. Yes, we can. All right. I can see. I can see it. It's working, but it's black on the phone. Unfortunately, dang Maria. See those harsh words you use? I don't know what's going on. It went dead there for a minute. I made a joke about Rhonda there, and the phone just quit. I think Lotus sent that ghost the wrong way. Oh well. Let's see, harsh. That's good for me. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. You really shouldn't be like that. You really need to grow up and learn. Yes, the ghost won't hurt me. No, we don't send it over to hurt you, just aggravate you. Let's see. Maria says, "LOL, I'm just kidding." Just remember, the live could have went out right there a minute ago when you said, "Unfortunately," and we could have never seen each other again on the live. Well, I say each other again. I would never seen you anyway, but just a picture there. Oh, well, anyway, it is. Let's see. Lotus says, well, I sent the ghost, but somewhere over to NC, Mary gave it in the love of chickens. But since it was already North Carolina, I figured why not. That's right. Jump right on over to Never Done Projects and honk the shit out of them. But anyway, it is just a few minutes here. Let's see. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. It's not like you're going to die. I hope not. I want to go to heaven, but I want to go to heaven now. But anyway, y'all have a good day, good night, whenever you're watching this. Everybody jump over to Metal Art Customs premiere. We just got a few minutes here of left, and I do, like I said, everybody, thank y'all all for coming in and sticking with us on these hard times of this YouTube mess. Y'all have a good day, good night, whenever you're watching this, and remember, keep it silly. Thank you.